Hey guys, happy Valentine's Day to you. I wanted to put out a really quick video. The White House just now released a statement from Joe Biden's handlers, and I say Joe Biden's handlers because I'm sure he's peeing in his diaper or rubbing feces in his hair right now. They're trying to attack our gun rights even more. Yes, they're announcing it today. Why are they announcing it today? Because today is the 3-year anniversary of the Parkland murders. You'll remember the Parkland murders where the young man actually shot 14, I think killed 14 people, 14 kids and 3 adults. This guy was reported to the police and nobody ever did anything. The police would go to his house occasionally and do things, but they never did anything because you know why? These folks were getting paid money from the federal government. You would get an incentive if your numbers for violence went down and your graduation rate went up. All the time that this boy was getting reported for doing something wrong, it got swept under the carpet. So now it's on us, right? The gun guys are taking a beating because our government, state and local, federal, they all failed their responsibilities and now the gun owners get blamed for it. So again, they're using this as an anniversary to tug at everybody's heartstrings and make them feel bad. I feel bad for the families, don't get me wrong. I don't feel bad for the government exploiting those families during this time of sensitive nature. I'm not going to read the whole thing because it's really just a bunch of blah, blah, blah. I'll put it up on screen for you guys to read it, and I'll post a link where you can read it, but I want to go straight to the second to last paragraph. This administration will not wait for the next mass shooting to heed that call. We will take action to end our epidemic of gun violence and make our schools and communities safer. Today, I am calling on Congress to enact common sense gun law reforms, including requiring background checks on all gun sales, banning assault weapons and high-capacity magazines, and eliminate immunity for gun manufacturers who knowingly put weapons of war on our streets. We owe it to all those we've lost and to all those left behind to grieve, to make a change. The time to act is now. You know what? I do agree with the last sentence. The time to act is now. And before I go on and explain what my phrase of acting now is, let me explain this really quick. There's myself and a lot of other, whatever you want to call them, YouTube guys, Second Amendment advocates, whichever, that we constantly get berated and called out whenever we are trying to bring attention to bills that are released. It ain't hunches that we got that something anti-gun is going on. It's actual human beings that were elected and are serving in Washington, D.C., putting out these anti-gun bills, and we point them out, and we are constantly getting chided and berated on our YouTube pages, email, and whatever from folks like you who are sitting out there saying, I'm a Second Amendment guy, but you guys are just fear-mongering. You're just trying to stoke up and gin up fear. You're fear-mongering guys. Here you go again. It's clickbait. We're not making this stuff up, guys. It's all out there. Almost every one of my videos that I put out, you're going to find a link somewhere, or I tell you where to go get the same information that I've read. Again, there ain't some dark underground website that I'm pulling my information from. The whitehouse.gov. Go look for it yourself. All you guys out there saying you're Second Amendment supporters, but we're fear-mongering whenever we pass on information like this, please stop watching my videos. If you subscribe to me, please unsubscribe. I do not want subscribers who do not subscribe to the philosophy of the Second Amendment and the Constitution like most of us do. I don't want your views. I don't want your likes. I don't care if you dislike, if you pop in for that. I don't need any of that. I don't need you boosting my algorithms because you think I'm fear-mongering and you sit here and call yourself a gun advocate, a Second Amendment gun advocate, a Second Amendment guy. You are no different than the Marco Rubios of the world who are Republicans and call themselves conservatives and proponents of the Second Amendment, yet they stab us in the back continuously. We don't need you. We don't want you. Please stop watching my videos. Now for the rest of you, the time to act is now, because I'm going to put out as many links as I can. I'm going to put out some form letters, some sample letters. I'm going to do as much as I can so we can start bashing these congressmen and senators with emails, phone calls, you name it. I want to get the word out to them because as I've said in other videos, and I'm going to state this again as emphatically as I can, guns don't scare politicians as much. Terrorists don't scare politicians as much. Coronavirus doesn't scare politicians as much. As much as what? As much as losing their jobs. These guys got cakewalks. They come in, they start making a salary of $174,000 a year. Suddenly they're all millionaires. Takes them a couple of years, they're millionaires. They insider trade, they get free insurance. The laws don't apply to them. They don't get arrested for anything. They never get fired. None of their family members ever get fired. Their family members can smoke crack. They can do whatever they want. Nothing matters. So you got a gravy train when you get in office. That's what scares these guys. That's what scares these guys. Everyone that says, oh, it doesn't help to call them or write them letters. Yes, it does. That is the number one thing that they fear. They fear nothing else. They don't fear dying. They fear losing their jobs in Congress and going back to an actual job like we have to work on a daily basis. It is imperative that we push them to listen to us and let them know that we have the numbers. Joe Biden can tug on heartstrings and write 4-page letters all he wants to. We have the numbers, guys. We have the numbers. If 75 million people voted against Joe Biden, I can promise you this, there's well more than 75 million people out there that are hardcore gun owners that don't want to lose their rights to having legally possessed and purchased firearms. There is nothing out of what he has pointed out here that the Second Amendment does not already protect. And we need to push these guys on that. And again, for those of you that say that I'm fear-mongering, stop watching my videos. I don't need your traffic and I don't need your mouth.